Here's the finished product. Looks alright, doesn't it? Bring that over here. There's the. So, if you want to see how I make this, watch the rest of the video. And yeah, like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Helps the channel grow. And at the end of the video, you'll find out exactly how it tastes. Hello and welcome back to the channel. I've not put up much recently, and I was thinking maybe I should put something up, so I've just decided to do a bit of cooking. I'm cooking the family a chicken and asparagus pie. Can't find them in the shops at the minute, so my sister likes them, so I thought we'd give it a go. So over here we've got what we need. Got some bacon, onion, chicken and asparagus for a chicken and asparagus pie, parsley, salt, pepper, a chicken stock pot, a garlic and thyme stock pot, bit of garlic puree, pastry and flour. So I will start putting this together, and hopefully you enjoy it and maybe even try it yourself. I don't do measurements, so it is what it is. But if you like the video, give us a thumbs up, leave a comment, and if you haven't already, please subscribe, because it will really help the channel grow. So let's start. Right, we're going to start off with just a little bit of oil in the pan. Any kind of oil you got will work, doesn't matter, I use whatever I've got. This is, I think, vegetable oil. You can use sunflower oil, olive oil, rapeseed oil, butter. And getting this hot, where did I put my thing? I'll put something down somewhere.
Looking for that red thing.
No, that'll do. Wouldn't think. Alright, yeah. So we're going to start off by putting the lardons in, the bacon. I do this whenever I do any kind of pie or stew, because it starts the flavour off.
Or macaroni cheese.
Or macaroni cheese. But no, it starts the flavour off, so basically all the fat will render down, and then everything else you cook in it will take on the flavour of the bacon and sort of seasons it a bit, really. So wait for these to get a bit brown, and once they're brown, we'll come back to you with the next stage. Right, these ain't quite crisp up fully yet, but they're going to be cooking throughout the whole process. So if you don't start putting other things in until they go brown, they're burned. So now I'm just going to stick in the onions. The eggs are there. I'm stick in the onions, and straight away, because obviously it will take more time, in goes the chicken, because we need to brown that up as well. So we're just going to get this going, and then this is going to be in short little segments. I quite like making pies. Not the biggest fan of eating them, even though I might look like I am, but I like making them. So yeah, once we've got this chicken browned off, we'll come back to you for the next piece. Right, the chicken's on the way, and you can see you get all the, you don't want to cook it too much before you put everything together, because obviously it would dry out. Although I'm using thighs, I use boned and skinned thighs when I do pies, because I think you can cook it a lot longer and not have it dry out like you would with breast. So I've just added, as you can see, the asparagus, just to start it off. And it's going to be a creamy sauce. My sister likes a creamy sauce, so instead of using water with the cooking it, I'll be using milk. You can use cream, not got any cream, so we're just using whole milk. And yeah, it's and so get all them bits there, as you can see, because there's a lot of flavour in that bit there. But you don't want to, obviously when you put the milk in, that will kind of take it off the pan, but you want to get as much of that as you can, because it adds all flavour to it, and very nice. So now the asparagus has started. I'm going to give it a couple of minutes, and then we will put the next bit together, which would be making the sauce to go on to add with it. So we'll see you in the next bit. Right, so this bit now is going to be putting the sauce together. So as you can see, there's a fair bit of liquid coming out of the chicken and the asparagus there. All stuff you want to keep, because it's all flavoured, all the flavour. So what you do now, or what I do, and I'm sure a lot of you that cook know, I'm going to put a couple of tablespoons of flour in. I don't think it really matters what flour you put in. A little bit more. And just use that flour to soak up all that liquid and you know, get all the juice in. Let the flour cook for a couple of seconds, otherwise you'll get a raw flour kind of taste in your sauce. So you just want to let the flour cook out for a bit. It doesn't take long, cut this 30 seconds or so. And you can see it's made a real thick kind of paste around the filling there. So what we do now is, again, a couple of seconds more, not too much longer. And this is where you will put your milk. But first you want to put a bit of your seasoning in. So a little bit of white pepper. White pepper is probably better for when you're making a creamy sauce, so you don't get the sort of black flecks of pepper. And a tiny little bit of salt. You won't need too much salt because there's a lot in the stock cube, the stock pots, and there's plenty come out of that bacon. So you just want a little bit of salt just to say that's cooked out enough now, I'd say, the flour. And now you just put a bit of milk. Start with that amount first, because it will you know, it will take on the flour and it will thicken up, just like making a roux, a white sauce really, when you're making it. As you can see, it's already started to thicken up down the bottom there. You don't want to have too much milk in, because obviously you want a nice thick sauce, but I will put a tiny bit more in, because as you can see it's thickening up nicely though, it's looking good. So just a little bit more milk. I'd say all told I'd probably put between half a pint and a pint of milk in, maybe a little less than a pint actually, maybe 3/4. So you know, just bring this back up to the heat. As you can see there, the thickness there. Bring this back up to the heat and let the sauce thicken up, and then you will come back once the sauce is thicken up to add your sort of flavours, your chicken flavours. And not that you need too much, to be fair, because there should be a fair bit in that chicken. So we're just, whoops, get for mum to clean up there. Right, so yeah, we'll come back to the next bit once this is cooked through. Right, as you can see, it's thickened up nicely, that, look, thickened up really nice. And taste it, because you might not need too much of the chicken pot, but I think it needs it because it's, again, so let's just get the chicken one. You can use, you know, stock cubes as well. I've just got these in the cupboard, and this one's a garlic and thyme. I was going to put some garlic puree in, but I won't need to, because this will have enough flavour. So just there. Just stir that in till it dissolves away, and that will just give your sauce a real good chicken and herby and garlic kick, obviously, because that's the flavours. Quite pleased about this has turned out so far. Better taste on it. And then the last thing, once these have dissolved in, like they're nearly done, just get it all blended in, is just a little bit of parsley. I'll just, for colour really, so I'll just use the dried stuff, so just give it a good sprinkle. Stir it in, just like that. And now this is the filling made. It's all finished. So what I do now, I'll just turn the oven off, I'll get the hob off, and give that a good couple of hours just to cool down. So when you put it into your pastry, it doesn't soften and rip the pastry up. So you want to put it in your pastry once it's cold. So that is that done, that is the thing done. The pastry's going to stay there, getting up to temperature, room temperature, so it's easier to handle. And Mum will be rolling it out, and then we'll be putting the pie together and putting it in the oven and showing you the after, or the end product. So I hope you stick around to see that. We'll see you in a bit. Right, we're back again for the next stage. Here's the cooled down pie filling. Looks nice. And now Mum is going to roll out the pastry for me. How are you going to do it?
With a rolling pin.
No special technique or nothing?
No, flour your ball, flour your rolling pin. And a bit on the top.
And it's going into this pot here. So that'll be in there. Actually, since we last done recorded in this afternoon, these lights come, which are just magnetic lights. They go underneath and they're motion censored. They're £20, £25 off Amazon. And it really, this neck of the kitchen I don't like, it gets too dark and dingy. So we've got them and one up there to shine on when it's a bit darker. But yeah, very, very pleased with them. Anyway, and I'm just rolling out the pastry. I will then go and grease the pie dish, and then we'll put the pie together and cook it. Let's just keep an eye on Mum for a minute.
Really?
How thick are you going to go for?
Not very. Because you want it to fit, don't you?
Oh yeah. Right, we'll leave this bit here. I'm sure you've seen rolling pastry before, so, and we'll come back in a bit. Right, I'm just going to fill the pastry, the pie up with the filling. Nice and thick, well, you know. Oops, dropped a bit. It's alright, that's just on the excess pastry, isn't it? I don't have any problem. Again, I don't really know the dimensions of the pie dish. It looks to be about, I don't know, maybe 12 inches. I don't know, could be.
I don't think so.
Could be more, could be less. I'm not very good at all that. Alright, so now you just push that down, pack it in. And then you'll get a knife, trim around the edge. Remove that, and now do you want to roll that out for the lid, or?
I could try.
And now we're going to make the lid, and we'll be back for that in a second. Right, just beating an egg, and I have to use this little brush. Lost my other one. Just put it around the edge of the pastry. Get a bit on the surface, doesn't matter. And you wipe up. So this is just to up the other side stick, which is here. So on with that. Push it down. Get a nice stick on that. And just have to
Put an air hole in it.
Oh well, yeah. You don't put the air hole in until you've put the egg wash in, otherwise it sticks it together again. And then just with this same brush, brush it over the top. nice mess. Right, with a knife in the middle, just a little air hole. And I've been told that you do the air hole after the egg wash, because if you do the air hole and then the egg wash, it can block it up with the egg. So that's all ready for the oven. So the next time you see this, we'll be taking it out of the oven. What did you think of my pie?
It was really nice, very nice.
Good, good. Better than a shop bowl?
Yeah, because there was more chicken in it.
Just a little cross section. Gonna try a little bit myself, but not too much. Trying to eat a bit better. I've had chicken and broccoli for dinner. So let's do it again one day?
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
Yeah, very nice. I'm now going to go and take
So?
Mr. to bed.
Oh, right. So again, end of the video now. If you liked what you've seen, thumbs up, subscribe if you can. If you haven't already, please. And leave a comment and give some ideas for anything you'd like to put in a pie. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye. Off to bed now.